Hey guys, welcome to the Catway. So in this video, we are going to solve a LRDI set based on coins. So before I begin, I would like to thank all the people who have joined us. Our Facebook group link is there in the description below. Now let's roll in for the video. So the question says that there are four persons A, B, C and D. Each of them has a distinct number of coins of denomination rupee 1, 2, 5 and 10. A person can have maximum 20 coins of any denomination and minimum 5 coins of any denomination. The number of coins of any particular denomination with a person is different from the number of coins with other person having coins of same or different denominations. For example, if A has 20 coins of rupee 5, then among the other three, no other can have 20 coins of any of the four denominations. Now take this strictly, take it as an example only, do not take it as a part of the question. Do not consider that A has 20 coins of 5 rupees, okay? Now the amount with C and D is rupees 276 and rupees 348 respectively. The number of coins of denomination rupee 10 with A is more than that of denomination rupees 5 with him, which in turn was more than that of denomination rupee 2 with him. The number of rupee 1 coins with A is the least among all the denominations. Okay, what we have been given is that the minimum number of coins of a denomination is 5 and the maximum is 20. There are 16 numbers in between. Okay, 16 numbers in between. We have four people, each have four denominations. So the total number of different denominations, adding up them will be 16 numbers would be required. And in our set, there are 16 numbers given to us. So that makes our set a little bit easier, that between 5 to 20, there isn't going to be any number which is going to be left out. So that makes our set slightly easier. One more thing, see, there is no hard and fast rule of solving this set. The only way for solving this set is to find the ways through which these two figures 276 and 348 can be obtained by using the rules of the set. Okay, so this is the only way you can solve your set. Acha, once your values, once your way of adding up 276 and 348 is formed, then the set is a very easy one. But until that, it's a very tough one, because the only way to go about it is by observation and some hit and trial, because no information is given to us in this set. So the only way which we can do is we can go with hit and trial and some observations. Now let's move further and I'll show you how the set has been made a little bit easier for you to solve. So I have already written the values for 276 and 348. So 276 can be written as, let's see, 13 into 1 plus 14 into 2 plus 15 into 5 plus 16 into 10. So you must be seeing that these are consecutive values. So by using these values, the set has tried to make things easier for you. So this is one thing which you can say that it has tried to make it easier for you. For 348, again it is consecutive numbers are there. The numbers are 17 into 1 plus 18 into 2 plus 19 into 5 plus 20 into 10. Okay, so these are the numbers. Acha, once you have found out these two ways of writing 276 and 348, then the set becomes very easy for you, because after that nothing as such has been asked. Okay, so let's move ahead to the questions. So if the total amount with B is rupees 204, what is the total amount of rupees with A? So what it is saying is that for B it is 204. Again, it has made the question has been made easier for you by taking consecutive values again. Okay, so what are the consecutive values that we have? We have 9 into 1 plus 10 into 2 plus 11 into 3 plus 12 into 4. These are the values that we have. Okay. Acha, after that, what values are we left with? For A, we have been left 5, 6, 7 and 8. From the question, we know that he has the highest number of coins for rupees 10. Then the second highest for rupees 5, third highest for rupees 2 and the lowest for rupees 1. So this is the amount of money that A has. Let's calculate it. It will be 5 plus 12 plus 35 plus 80. The total will be 132. So your answer is 132 for question 1. Okay. Let's move towards the second question. So what can be the maximum possible number of rupee 10 coins with all the four persons put together? Okay. So let's remove this additional data which was given for question 1. Acha, now what we have been given is, see, we have 20 10 rupee coins and we have 16 10 rupee coins already allotted. Okay, so 20 10 rupee coins and 16 10 rupee coins are already allotted. Now two more allocations we have to do. The numbers which are left are 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Okay, Acha, tell me one thing. If we take 12 10 rupee coins for A and 11 10 rupee coins for B, or let's say 11 10 rupee coins for A and 12 rupee 10 coins for B, do we contradict any of the conditions given in the set? No, we do not. Because even after we are done with that, we are left with 6 numbers and we have to assign A 3 numbers which have to be in ascending order. We can easily do that because there are 6 numbers available. We have only to assign 3 numbers. So ascending order mein assign karna is a very easy task. For B, no such condition is there, so we can do it in any way. So what we can say is, for maximizing the number of rupee 10 coins, what we can do is we can take the number of 10 rupee coins with A or A and B as 11 and 12 in any order. It doesn't really matter. So let's add them. What do we get is 36. From these two we get 36. From here we get 47, and adding this we get 59. So your final answer becomes 59. Okay, so 59 is our final answer for for question 2. Let's move towards the third question. What can be the maximum possible number of rupee 1 coin with all the 4% to put together? So let's check it out. Let's remove the data for previous question. Okay, what do we have here is that, see, 1 rupee coins have been allocated to 2 people. There are 13 1 rupee coins and there are 17 1 rupee coins. Okay, after we are done with that, we can say that A and B can have a maximum of, see, let's see what are left. Again the same numbers are left: 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Okay, Acha, for B we haven't been given any specific conditions. Okay, so what we can do is we can say that, let's say B has 12 1 rupee coin. We can say that because there is no harm in that, in saying that. Okay, so we can definitely say that. Once we say that, what we can do is, see, let's write it 12 here. Now we have to distribute to 11 to A. Now for A we know that 1 rupee coin, number of 1 rupee coin is less than number of 2 rupee coin, which is less than 5 rupee coin, which is less than 10 rupee coins. So we can also assign them consecutive numbers, we know that. So let's assign them 8 to 11. Okay, let's assign them 8 to 11. So 1 2 5 and 10. So the number of 1 rupee coins with A will be 8, and your sum will go up till 50. Okay, so your sum will go up till 50. So this is what we can do. Okay, let's see if we would have assigned 12 rupee 12 to A, है ना, then this would have been B. This would have been B. Then we would have to assign 3 of them again. So what would have been the case is, then again number of 1 rupee coins with A would have been, let's say this is number of 1 rupee coins with B. Number of 1 rupee coins with A would have been 8, and instead of 12 it would have been 11, which would not have maximized the value. The total value would have been 49. So we could not have taken that case. So we have to assign number of 1 rupee coins, 1 rupee coins to B as 12. That is our only possibility for maximizing it. Okay, so I hope you have understood the question well, guys. So answer for third question, let's write it down, is 50. So I hope you have understood it well. Thanks for watching the video.